How are you doing at getting regular physical activity into your weekly routine? No judgment here. When there's a lot going on, it's easy to free up time by skipping the workout, the walk, the bike, or the hike that you had already planned. In an emergency, this is a logical move. But how often is it vital to skip the workout to handle a true emergency? Physical activity is not neutral. There are either benefits to getting in some activity or there are consequences for not being active. These consequences affect you mentally as well as physically. Given that, it is vital that you get regular movement in, and you don't need a gym membership, nor do you need to do intense workouts to get the healthy benefits of movement. This episode is building on what we discussed in the last episode on mental and emotional wellness, and it's making the case for exercise as a leadership development practice. If you are new to the Women Taking the Lead podcast, hello and welcome. I'm Jody Flynn. I'm an executive leadership coach, speaker, and author. I'm the current president of the board for the Maine Women's Conference, and I have the privilege and joy to work with women leaders to hone the skills that allow them to grow into and then thrive in senior leadership. My specialization is working with women who are still stabilizing after their last promotion and those who are preparing for the next one. It is my belief that for more women to hold positions of senior leadership, there are changes at the individual and the organizational level that need to occur. Not only do women need to be trained and coached on how to operate at these levels of leadership, organizations need to change their paradigm on how the work gets done and what supports are in place for leaders to do their job. If we are not already connected on LinkedIn, please send me an invitation to connect. You can find me directly at linkedin.com/in/Jody Flynn, or you can search for Jody Flynn. I'm very active on LinkedIn, so I should be at or near the top of your search results. You'll see the follow button is prominent on my profile, but if you click on the more button that is to the right, you'll find the option to connect. Click on that and be sure to add a note to the invitation letting me know you're a listener of the podcast. I would love to connect with you and get to know you better. You, my friend, as a leader, are getting pulled in many directions. There is a lot to do to take care of your people at work, your people at home, and all the work and life details that need to be seen to as well. One thing you don't want to get lost in the shuffle is movement. Regular exercise is tied to higher ratings of leadership effectiveness. An active lifestyle helps you to deal with the demands of your role at work, and thus it fortifies your persona as a leader. I remember when I started doing Bikram yoga. If you're not familiar with Bikram yoga, you may be familiar with the term hot yoga. Bikram yoga is the hottest hot yoga you can do with the room temperature set at 105 degrees and 40% humidity. I was living in Maine at the time and enjoyed the opportunity to be in such a warm environment through the cold months. It felt like a warm hug. My goal was to take 3 classes a week, 1 on the weekend and 2 during the work week. I'm a morning person, so it worked better for my schedule to do the work week classes first thing in the morning before I went to work. After a few weeks into my new routine, the senior person on my team mentioned offhandedly that upon seeing me, she could tell right away whether or not I had gone to yoga that morning. I inquired what the tell was, and she said I was very calm on the days I went to yoga. I laughed because I knew I felt better on the days I went to yoga, but I didn't realize other people could pick up on it. Furthermore, with some inquiry, I discovered that my team and other coworkers were interpreting my calmness to also mean being more approachable, open-minded, and confident. I'm about to go through some benefits of exercise, but I want to emphasize that benefits go beyond what I'm going to list and has benefits that will ripple beyond any immediate physical or mental impacts. Okay, so the benefits of physical activity include, but are not limited to, less tension, anxiety, stress, and mental fatigue, improved sleep, increased energy, boosted immunity, a sense of achievement, enhanced focus, and increased motivation. It releases feelings of anger or frustration. It encourages a healthy appetite. There's lower blood pressure and cholesterol, and it can induce fun. Believe it or not, you can have a good time while you're moving around. And workplace wellness programs have added benefits as well. Worksite wellness programs can increase employee productivity, reduce absenteeism, increase employee morale, help you attract and retain talent, and lower the healthcare costs for both you and your employees. A workplace of people who are getting regular exercise is a workplace to strive for. There is so much that can be gained by listening to what another woman is going through and to also understanding the strategy she's going to implement to overcome any challenges she's faced with. For this reason, I would like to begin recording and releasing on-air coaching calls on this podcast. If you are a woman leader who's been promoted or taken on a new role in the last year, I invite you to apply to be on the podcast. You will be completely anonymous, so you won't need to worry about anyone you work with listening to you talk about your challenges. And this is a huge opportunity for you to get insights and strategies to overcome any challenges you've been faced with at work. And the other women listening to your episode will learn from your experience and gain insights that they can apply in their work. You can find the link that will take you to the application in the episode description in your podcast app or at the bottom of the episode show notes page on the Women Taking the Lead website. If you've been thinking about working with me or have wondered what coaching would be like with me or just looking for the opportunity to get a little bit of coaching, this is a great opportunity. So take advantage of it. Exercising and staying healthy doesn't need to be time-consuming, nor does it need to be relegated to early mornings, lunch, or at the end of a long workday. Regular short sessions of moderate exercise performed daily are better for maintaining energy and boosting performance than an hour or two performed only on the weekends. You can find little ways to increase your activity throughout the day. You can go for a walk while making your phone calls, park further away from the entrance when you're running errands, use the stairs, and get up and move around every hour. I used to frequently get up to go get something off the printer, to go fill my water glass in the kitchen, to go to the bathroom. It was just a natural part of my day to get up and get moving. And also, while you're doing these things, stop and say hello to somebody. Be flexible about when you work out. Studies have found that those who take advantage of an opportunity for activity whenever it appears are more likely to stick with a regular routine. Does your workplace have an on-site gym or walking paths? Take advantage when you can, and don't kid yourself into thinking a workout needs to be a certain amount of time either to count. Even doing squats or lunges while you're waiting for water to boil counts. And also enjoy a variety of physical activity. Don't be rigid about traditional forms of exercise. Active play with your children counts as physical activity. So does dancing, stretching, and cleaning. Try to be outside when the weather is nice and find activities you can do with friends and family so you can get in some social time while you move. You can extend the social aspect of exercise into your workplace. Get involved with your employee wellness coordinator to set up walking clubs or competitions that will motivate your coworkers to meet individual or team goals. Regular physical activity is a must for any healthy human being. The benefits are well documented. And as a leader, the benefits are even greater. Making movement a regular part of your everyday will be one of the best things you can do for yourself, your career, and for others as a leader. Your movement is part of your leadership development program. If you are interested in finding out more about my process, the cost of coaching, or how to ask your employer to pay for you to work with a coach, schedule a time to chat with me. You can find that link in the episode description. If you're listening through a mobile device, that link will be in your podcast app. And if you're listening through the Women Taking the Lead website, the link will be toward the bottom of the episode webpage. There's also a link in there to access a checklist that will help you prepare to ask your company to sponsor you to work with a coach. And as always, I hope this was of value to you, and here's to your success.